Hi, everyone. Bill Renchler in the 1011 Now Streaming Studio. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and joining us on this Tuesday afternoon. Usually on Mondays, we hang out with Josh Planos from the Better Business Bureau, but today's obviously not Monday. And obviously, you see there, that is not Josh Planos. We are excited to have Tristan Gomes in the streaming studio for his first segment with us from the Better Business Bureau. Tristan, how are you doing? How have you been?
I'm great, doing very well. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Could you give us just a little, I guess, a little bit of your background, kind of what you do at the Better Business Bureau, and kind of where you're at?
Yeah, absolutely. So recently graduated from University of Portland last May. Happy to work at the Better Business Bureau now, and just love informing consumers and businesses about how we can make the marketplace a trustworthy place. Excuse me, and just bringing out the best in everyone and making sure that business is done right.
100%. I was saying you kind of let in. Usually, we're kind of talking on the consumer side of things, but today we're actually talking about the business side of things, and we're talking about the online presence of businesses. Super important in this day and age. Can you kind of go into why building a kind of a strong reputation online is super important for businesses nowadays?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like you said, these days everyone's online. If a consumer needs something, they're usually searching it up on Google, finding us on bbb.org and searching up a business. So it's where people find what they need now. And so it's extremely important for businesses to have a great online presence, making sure that everything's the same, whether it's their Facebook page to their website. So when consumers look you up, they know, okay, this is who it is. This is who I'm looking for. And then just making sure your hours and services and contact details are all correct, just so consumers have no problems with it. And people love reviews, right? So if the more reviews they see, positive reviews, the more likely they are to work with businesses.
Yeah, I think it drives all of us crazy when we're trying to look up something, whether it's a phone number or like how late someone's open, and it's not easy to find online. And really quickly, I think, at least for me, I don't want to speak for everyone. You kind of have a short leash, and it's like if I can't find it really easy, I'm going to move on to someone else.
100%. Yeah. The worst is too when you search up a company and they say they're open, you call them or maybe go to their office and they're closed, right? It's the worst. So making sure that you're just accurate with all your information and making it easy for people. People these days want things to just be like that. You know, they search you, they need a roofer, they search up roofer on bbb.org, you show up, or they search it on Google, you show up. If you don't have that, then consumers are going to miss you, or if it's hard for them, they're not going to stay with you.
And I know, especially for Google searches and stuff like that, for us as the news station, we try and put in keywords and stuff like that because we want to be really high on those search results. Same thing for businesses. Do you know kind of what goes into maybe getting higher up there on the Google search page, or what's important for businesses to know, kind of about where they're falling in that Google search?
Yeah, definitely. Like you talked about, keywords are extremely important. You know, if you're a roofer, making sure you're having roofer all over your page, as well as storm damage repair, right? Just the different things, hail repair, um, roof restoration, just different things like that, making sure that they're on their site. So when people do Google search, you're going to show up. It's a task when, someone looks up a roofer and you have, maybe not the best website or you don't keep it up to date. And so they're never even seeing you. It's tough for a business to have success when people aren't seeing you where they're searching for you. And so just making sure you have those keywords and you maybe do have some advertising that gets you higher. We have bbb.org advertising that can have businesses show up higher. So just advertising in the right spaces so you are in front of your consumers.
And you mentioned reviews earlier. Yeah, I think we all like to give a review, but I think we all kind of like to give a review when it's maybe convenient and easy for us. I think we've all probably, like the short survey at the end of the automated phone call, and I think we all hang up. But, if it's something that's simple and it's easy, easily accessible, it's not going to take us 2 or 3 minutes extra to do it, they can be extremely beneficial to the different businesses.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, just sending a quick little, if you have a consumer's phone number, sending a quick little text that just says, hey, can you leave us a review on Google or bb.org? Leave a review. Tell us how we did. And the most important part of that is businesses who get more reviews are the ones that reply to the reviews. So people know that what they're saying is being heard, whether it's something extremely positive, they're just saying, thank you, it was a pleasure working with you. Or if it's something like, oh, I didn't get this done, I needed this, I didn't get what I expected, then businesses can go in, reply to that, and just say, we apologize for this. We want to make it up to you, fix whatever happened so that other consumers see that and say, all right, if something does go wrong, this business is going to help me. They're not just going to leave me out to dry. Or they have tons of positive reviews. So consumers are going to see that and say, this business knows what they're doing. I can trust them.
And super important to even just ask. Sometimes, we don't even ask. You don't know what the answer is going to be unless you ask. You don't know what the review is going to be unless you give the consumer a chance, to leave you 5 stars, 4 stars, or like you said, if there is an issue, for them to resolve it.
Yeah. I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? You got to reach out and just ask people, right? I mean, if you do a great job on a roof or a plumber did a great job and you just say, hey, could you leave me a review? Like it helps our business, goes a long way. Consumers are going to be like, yeah, I want to help you out. You helped me out, right? So just asking and just making sure that you're making it easy, like we said, to for a customer to leave a review.
And I think a lot of times we see commercials or whatever, and it says on the commercial like this is an actual customer who's, and I think a lot of us maybe think like, oh, that's not real, that's a paid actor or whatever. But in reality, these reviews, these businesses can turn around and they can use that to toot their own horn and be like, hey, look, we did a really good job. This person said so.
100%. Yeah. I mean, people use reviews for marketing all the time. It's another marketing tactic to show that, all right, look, we have this many 5-star reviews, and these are what consumers are saying about us. This goes to show the work that we put in, how we get to know our consumers on a personal level, and we're not just, trying to get a sale. We're not just trying to get a paycheck. We want to make sure that we get to know who you are and we do exactly what you want. And so when other consumers see that and say, wow, this business is going to help me, they know what they're doing, I can trust them, then it just goes such a long way.
And the BBB, again, we probably a lot of times maybe more think is the BBB as a more of consumer driven sort of business, but you guys have a ton of resources to help businesses. Again, I know I've seen multiple businesses. The gas station I like to go to, it has that BBB accreditation sticker in the window. So you guys have a ton of resources for the business side of things.
Yeah. I mean, we have a whole bunch of decals, like you talked about. We have stickers that you can put on your business. You can put on trucks if you have business trucks. And just people seeing that just means that you are a trustworthy business. You do things the right way. You're ethical, and people can trust you. And another great thing about businesses being accredited is that they can, if there is a complaint or there is something that needs to be resolved, we're like the middleman, right? We want to make sure the business is happy and we want to make sure the consumer is happy. So we can connect them and say, all right, like, how can we make this work, right? How can we solve the problem that needs to be solved? And so it just goes such a long way for businesses to know that, we have their back and we have consumers back. So it's huge. And you can go on bbb.org for businesses. And we have so many different links and articles that, can help you build an online reputation or a social media and how you can use different marketing tactics. Inflation is another thing that will help businesses with. So we have so many just different articles and things that can help businesses be the best they can possibly be.
Yeah, I think a lot of us maybe take for granted, that whole side of it. It's hard enough just running a business, the day to day of the business, but then doing all the marketing and the social media. That's really hard because nowadays you have to be all places. You have to meet people where they are. You have to maybe learn how to do TikToks, or you have to learn, what the dimensions are for an Instagram post and all these different things. It's really tough, and you guys have a ton of excellent resources.
Yeah, I mean, social media we believe is one of the biggest things, right? It's free, anyone can use it, and for businesses especially, you don't have to post every single day, but just posting like what you do, showing examples, before and afters of what you do and how you have helped consumers. Just give people a visual because people love to see things. Our attention span seems like they've gone away just a little bit, but that makes social media so much better, right? People can scroll and say, "Oh, look at this plumber, look at this roofer, or this landscaper, look what they did. I want that." And it just makes it so easy for consumers to notice you on such a quick level, but also give them a visual of what they are going to get.
I love, and maybe it's come across your feed too. It's on my TikTok, and it's not even locally. I think it's some guy in like Georgia. He finds overgrown lawns and stuff like that, and he posts him, mowing and trimming the trees, and he does these before and after shots, and it's just like wild. And I'll sit there for like 5 minutes just watching this man mow, and I have to like kind of shake my head to kind of get myself pulled out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same exact way. I'll see it and it's just like so aesthetically pleasing to watch, and I'm like, wow, that was pretty cool. And they have tons of followers, right? People see that and they notice it, It's the same with like pressure washing. You'll see,
Oh,
people posting
yes.
their pressure washing on social media, and you'll be like, wow, like that was fun to watch. Like it took, 3 minutes for me to get through this, but I'm happy I did. So, just little things like that, showing consumers what you do and what you can do for them.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not all landscapers and pressure washers, but there's probably something for just about every business that someone doesn't know, or that you could show the kind of the behind the scenes that a lot of people are like, wow, okay, that's how that works. I'm interested in this.
Yeah, and it just shows the human side of it too, right? If we're just calling a business and everything's done over the phone, we don't really get that human interaction, or really, we're just thinking, all right, this is the business, I'm the consumer, they do something I need, that's it. It kind of just shows the human side. Like we're all just hardworking people, trying to do our jobs and make an impact. And so when people see that and they're like, oh, this is just another guy that's working and doing what he needs to do to pay the bills and do everything. We're like, I like this guy. It's fun to watch. His social media is entertaining. It just makes people so much more likely to interact with them and go to them if they do need something to be solved.
Yeah, it goes from something that just feels very transactional, something that feels a little bit more personal. So, Tristan, again, I know you mentioned it, but again, if any business owners or friends and family, what's the best place to go on the BBB if they're looking for maybe some of these resources that we've been talking about?
Yeah, so go to bbb.org, and there should be a little menu section with three bars where you can click, and it'll have business resources. On those business resources, if you're a accredited business, you can go to the online store to buy those decals that we spoke about. But then also, there's a whole bunch of articles on different things, whether it's good marketing tactics, how to make sure you're staying away from scams that attack businesses, and just so many different things, marketing that can help your business, expand and grow, because that's all what everyone wants. And there are a lot of smaller businesses with maybe 5 employees, and so it's tough to get everything done. But if you just have a little bit of help, bbb.org can do that for you.
Awesome. All right, Tristan, all super great information. Kind of an open soapbox here for you. Was there anything else, business or consumer related wise, you wanted to mention, let people know about?
I mean, just back to the reviews. As consumers, leave reviews. It goes a long way for the businesses, and also businesses love feedback. They want to get better, they want to grow, and so just getting that feedback and knowing where they can get better or what they're doing really well can go a long way. So just leave those reviews, and businesses respond to them. Be human. Make sure we're making things personal. Don't make everything a transaction, like you said. So just keep working and making sure that the business and consumer side is just staying trustworthy, and the BBB is here to help in any way we can.
Awesome. Hey, Tristan, appreciate your time today. Really looking forward to maybe having you back on the program.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, again, that was Tristan Gomes with the Better Business Bureau. We appreciate his time today, and again, his insight, again, helping, again, kind of more of a business-focused segment today rather than the consumer-focused segment, but we appreciate his time. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. As always, again, make sure you keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all of your latest news, weather, and sports. Until next time, hope everyone has a nice Tuesday.
1011 News is everywhere. Download our smart TV apps and follow us on social media at 1011 News.